Massachusetts Church offers a new shot at life for LGBTQ plus asylum seekers. A Massachusetts church group that's uniquely focused on support for immigrants fleeing their countries due to their sexual orientation has opened a new permanent home for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender asylum seekers. The LGBT Asylum Task Force, a ministry of Hadwen Park Congregational Church in Worcester, raised more than $500,000 to purchase and renovate a dilapidated 3-story former group home on the city's well-heeled west side. The task force covers rent and provides a $500 monthly stipend for immigrants, at least until they can receive work authorization, a process that can take around 2 years, Al Green, the task force director, said. The group also connects asylum seekers with immigration lawyers, sets them up with bank accounts and health insurance, and helps prepare them for entering the workforce. Green said, quote, "We found that giving folks stability has helped them better prepare for their asylum cases. They know they're in a safe place until they can get on their feet," end quote. Green is from Jamaica and participated in the program.
Man, I just think that this is so necessary, right? I mean, think about how much stress you're under in that situation when you're interviewing and you're trying to get your citizenship, and to have to worry about where you're going to sleep at night and whether or not you have food on the table, right? And this helps them not have to go through that and just be ready and more successful in their endeavor. So I love it.
Yeah, I think there's been so much pushback against immigration, especially under the previous administration, that it's just an important reminder that we are a country of asylum seekers. That's how we were founded, and this is a wonderful story that supports the LGBTQ plus community. So I really like this.
I love the story so much, and I just have, as a complete coincidence, Al Green is a dear friend. He's one of my closest friends. I used to teach at UMass Amherst, so I worked a lot with local Massachusetts organizations and folks. And Al Green is now the executive director, he's been for a while, of the LGBT Asylum Task Force. And the work that they do there is incredible. I mean, it's often with very limited resources. They not only provide housing, they provide food, they provide sometimes court assistance. Like, as people are navigating really difficult processes to gain asylum status in the United States, especially in this very difficult time under the Trump administration, it was nearly impossible to even get a court hearing with so much red tape. It was the work that they do there. If you're going to support them, I really, really encourage you to do so. And lastly, I feel like one of the things that's so clear about this story is that immigration issues have always been LGBTQ issues, even if they're often not framed that way. It's so important that we understand all forms of liberation as necessary to doing the work that we do.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Very true. During this time, during the pandemic and everything that we're facing, encouragement and empowerment through work, reformation in the community is always needed. I agree with you all.
We need a version of that here in South Florida.
Right.
Being an area where there are so many immigrants seeking asylum in one way, shape, or form, I wonder why this hasn't been on our radar. You know, I feel like we should all band together and develop our own task force of sorts and get some, maybe you should lead it, Julio. Maybe this is your next position in life is to help make this thing. But I mean, in all seriousness, and I am being super serious, think about it. I think we need this kind of program here in South Florida, a program that is developed in a language, a program that is focused on the different nationalities that we see represented coming to South Florida and really trying to help these people.
There's very few resources like this in the country. The one based out of Worcester is one of the few. Actually, I could only name 2. And like this is, and you're right, South Florida needs more resources along with, let's say, immigration equality based out of New York. Like, all these spaces are doing important work, but they're under-resourced and we need more of them.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Right.
So Tony
if anyone,
the idea,
if anyone wants to fund this work, as Lexi, my sister, is saying, let's make it happen.
Let's make it
Faye is going to hate that I just called you my sister, but she's my sister.
Jealousy, jealousy.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+